collectors, and welcome to Long's Toys. Today we are taking a look at Voyager class Shockwave from the Transformers Studio series from Hasbro. This is Shockwave as he appeared in Transformers Bumblebee, albeit for a few minutes in that opening sequence, but a very cool opening sequence it was. Some nice artwork of Shockwave in robot mode here on the front. Bit of closer view of that same picture here on this side, and then that same picture over here on this side. Still has the Autobot symbol, which I think is weird, but they do that for all Studio series, unless it's like Gamer Edition. Anyway, Transformers Bumblebee logo there on the top. Nothing really going on the bottom. And then on the back here, we have some product shots of the robot mode and the vehicle mode. So pretty standard stuff here. I'm going to go ahead and get Shockwave out of the packaging, and we'll take a closer look. Here is Shockwave with the backdrop that's included. It's not really that exciting. Most of these Bumblebee backdrops aren't. It's just some, like, you know, Cybertronian cityscape there with, I guess, a bridge. He fits decently into the space, but yeah, overall not really that exciting. So here we go, taking a closer look at Shockwave out of the packaging. Honestly, I think he looks pretty good. I think they did a nice job with him. The shade of purple, I think, really works. You have a little bit of the weathering going on here on the thighs, kind of giving you that, you know, war-torn Cybertron look, harkening back to the Siege days. A little bit of the wearing going on here on the shoulder pads as well. But yeah, overall, really looks nice. You have the very basic head sculpt, but of course it is classic Shockwave. You have the yellow eye there. Some nice translucent purple here for the chest. A little bit more of that weathering here around the midsection. Some nice gunmetal gray paint there. A little bit of purple here on the thighs. But yeah, overall, looking pretty good. Head can kind of swivel back and forth. You have a little bit of up and down, but really not that much. It's mostly just swivel side to side. You have nice ratchets in the shoulder. I don't know if you can hear those or not. You have a nice swivel. You have a nice movement here, 90 degrees in the elbow. You don't really have a bicep swivel, but you have a swivel right below the elbow, which is interesting. Both arms look the same if I take the gun off. So we have this gun piece here, the kind of cord that I can just take this all off, connects very easily. So if you decide you don't like the cord, it's very easy to pop out. It's very rubbery and movable, very malleable. You have the gun here. I guess technically if you wanted to just bring this down and have him hold the gun, you could do that. If you like that look a little bit better, that is an option. They have you fold up the hand to attach the gun, but you actually don't have to. So if you kind of leave this like that, you can see that there's kind of like a cutout here. And the way this attaches, if I push this back up, you can see that there is a large rectangular tab right there. And that is going to tab into this section right here, not this one, the closer one. And you can actually kind of slide the hand into that cutout section, and this will still line up to attach. It's a little hard to see, but there we go. So you can actually attach it with the hand still out. So I don't know if that's something you're interested in, but it does kind of fit perfectly into that little recessed space. So you can fold it away if you want. You can leave it out. It's up to you, but it will kind of attach either way. Or if you want, you can just take it off completely and have the two hands. What is this? Something coming off the little plastic flex. But yeah, overall, I think he looks good. Continuing on with the articulation, of course, you can move the hand side to side. You have a waist swivel here. Kick forward. Kick really far back. Move the arm out of the way. Kick really far out to the side. Then you have a thigh swivel here. You have a second swivel right above the knee, which I think is nice. 90 degrees there in the knee. And then you have a moderate amount of ankle tilt. You have a little bit of up and down as well because of the transformation. But the side to side is a little limited. But you can still get him in some good poses. And all in all, I think he does look pretty cool. Like I said, I love the shade of purple. Definitely looks like a Cybertronian Shockwave. But to be fair, most do because, you know, Shockwave doesn't leave Cybertron that often, let's be honest. But yeah, good detailing, good articulation. Aesthetically, I think he looks good. Even have a little bit of paint here on the back, which is nice. So, yeah, all in all, pretty happy with how he turned out. So getting into the transformation, I'm just going to leave the weapon off for now just because it makes it a little bit easier. What's kind of funny, if you've ever handled the core class version of this guy, the transformation is almost exactly the same, which is kind of funny. So we're going to start off by popping the hands out, spinning these around, and then tucking these in. And we'll do that on both sides here. Like so. Fold that in. Then you are going to take the legs, kind of get the arms out of the way, and you are going to kind of bring them up and then pop them down like that. Just like the original, or I should say the core class. So bring that in. Then they have this step on the back that I think is really unnecessary, but I guess they wanted to pretend like, oh, he's a Voyager, we should make the transformation a little bit more intricate. You have these treads here, and you're supposed to pull them out and then flip them 180 and push them back in. There's no reason that these could not have just been stationary like this all the time. You know, they do not really get in the way of the knee or anything like that. So there's really no reason that these need to move at all. It's just to make the transformation slightly more intricate than the core class. But then you're going to flip the foot up and fill in that space like so. So there's kind of the whole front there. You're going to flip the chest out like this. Just like the core class, bring this down. It's got two little pegs right there, which are going to tab in right there and there. And also these pegs on the side will tab in right there. So you're just going to kind of bring the legs out a little bit, bring this down, tab this in, and then peg these in like so. And then just like the core class, you're going to take this little extra abdomen piece and fold this down, and that will go in right there. It might kick these off, so just peg those back in. So there we go. Then you're going to come to this section and rotate this up just like the core class. You're going to push the head in. Now, I will say for the core class, I think they just had you spin the head around and peg the gun into the back of the head. This has a separate piece for you to peg the gun into, so the head just rotates down. But then when you come around here to the back, you're going to see this little peg or tab right here. You're going to rotate this around, and there's a tiny little connection there. And you're just going to bring this up until those line up. And then you'll kind of click it a little past where you would normally think you would stop. So do that again over here. And then you're just going to bring this up, and you can see that there is a large tab slot right there and a tab, and you're just going to pop that on. Again, very similar to the core class. So we're pretty much done at this point. The only thing left to do is bring the gun back in. You're going to pop this down like so, and then I need to connect this back in, so we'll pop this on here, and then this will actually, we have to kind of come back and it will peg in back here. That's where it was in the robot mode. And then just bring this in. Oh, I think I have this pegged into the wrong side. Pop it in over here. There we go. But it's very easy to connect and move around if you need to. So then you just peg that in to this, like so. I think I have this at the wrong angle. There we go. And there it is. That is Shockwave in tank mode. So it's a fine looking tank mode. I got no problems with it. Rolls pretty well. It's very much just the legs here and the arms out the back, you know, Fortress Maximus style. But it's fine. I just think it's hilarious how almost exactly the transformation is to the core class. It's not really any more intricate. And that's fine. I mean, the core class transformation was perfectly fine, and I'm fine with that, replicating it here. I wouldn't say that this feels like a enlarged version of the core class. Like, I feel like the robot mode is definitely more intricate, has a lot more articulation points. But I guess they just figured, well, we'll just transform it the same. But yeah, rolls pretty well. Has the cool cord. Has the cannon here. Overall looks pretty sharp. But yeah, A little simplistic, but it works. I like Shockwave a lot. Originally, I was considering letting this one go and not really bothering to pick it up, but there was a coupon at Target and I saw it, and it was kind of one of those deals where I thought I had missed out and they actually had it in store, so I figured this is probably going to be my last chance. I might as well just go ahead and grab it, especially on sale, and I'm glad I did. Ultimately, I'm really happy I picked it up. I think the robot mode looks really good. The color scheme's great. The articulation's good. A lot of nice molded in detail, good paint applications. I like the way the cord piece is very malleable, so you can still kind of move it around and it doesn't really hinder articulation at all. I appreciate that. Transformation's a little basic, but it gets the job done. The tank mode, I think, looks perfectly fine, so it doesn't necessarily need to be any more complicated. It's just kind of funny, for a Voyager to have such a simplistic transformation, but the Voyager, it's the size of the thing, that's what you're paying for. But yeah, ultimately, I'm happy with him. Glad to add him to the collection for the Bumblebee Cybertronian modes. And yeah, if you can still find this one for retail price or maybe on sale, I say absolutely go ahead and pick it up. If you skipped it and now the price has gone up and you can't find him anywhere, I would say you're probably not going to be destroyed not having him. If you have the core class, it's really just a bigger, little bit more detailed version of that, but it is still a good figure. So let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Please like, share, and subscribe. Hope you guys enjoyed the video, and as always, thanks so much for watching.